enjoy the show. Souths against the Bulldogs, and Junior Totola brings it back. Look at the welcoming committee. Jamin Salmon without the headgear today. Set restart. And Curran with the footwork is over the try line. Josh Curran scores try number 1,000 for the Bulldogs at Accor Stadium.
We had him on Freddie in the 8th, Freddie. He spoke about he's changed his diet, he's been more professional. What did he say? When he was young, he probably had too much talent.
You've got to remember, he's got number 11 on, but he's playing front row.
Sexton kicks. Burton looked to be in front there. And Jai Gray puts it down, so now they can check all that via the bunker.
This will be a sin bin.
He reaches out with the right arm and interferes with Matt Burton. This is a professional foul as he has affected his run.
Pressure.
Now just having a look at the elements of a penalty try.
There'll be no penalty try.
With the vicinity of the other South Sydney defenders, we're ruling out a penalty try. However, the actions of Ewan Aitken are a professional foul. We have a decision.
The actions are deliberate. We grabbed him in a professional foul. There's no penalty try because of other players.
Keeping it in that central channel for King! Right under the black dots. And the Dogs feel like they're having a party already.
Well, if you have a look where every play the ball was, it was pretty much in the same blade of grass.
Early kick from Mitchell. He's got the angle. Tracy backtracking. And he takes a Bulldogs bounce.
Touche kicked on an early tackle as Matt Burton did the set prior.
Oh, what about that offload? Space opens up. Burton. He's got support arriving infield. He used the kick option, but Jai Gray does brilliantly.
No, not the option, but
David Maoli.
You got to go with your first instinct. And again.
Man, able to force it wide. Look at this space for Crichton. Puts the head down. Early ball for Carraz. Stands up Tass. He's got support inside. They'll stroll over. Tupouniua for the Bulldogs, who are dominating here on Good Friday. Now Tracy, no look pass for Preston, drags over Cody Walker and gets the footy down.
And somehow he finds some space in amongst the green and red. There it is.
He plays it on the last. Hayward out to Carraz. Crichton on kicking duty. Look at the hang time. That's a delightful kick right on the goal line. And they'll get a repeat set out of it. On the last. Now they go left. Burton had to reach for it. Deft kicking behind. And Sherry should be able to drag him into the in goal.
Hasn't Campbell Graham-Matic. He's played his part today.
Whiten from close range. Hayward's service provides the opportunity for Sherry to make it 30 for the Dogs.
They've done this play about 3 or 4 times in this second half down that left side. Playing the short ball to Bronson Sherry.
Automatic sim in for a slap. You got Kepi. Off you go.
Ooh. Where's the slap?
Stand by.
Well, there's Curran.
There it is. There is the try. I think. Did he hold on? Referee's going to send it up as no try, though.
Hang on. Sorry, mate.
What an effort from Hayward.
Right there, touch that grunt, that little bit of right. Well, the carrot at the end of this game if they can hold South Sydney out.
Conceded just 14 points in the last 4 games, including this one. From dummy half, Mamazella's trying to crawl his way over. Double movement, denies the try. Hayward's kick. He'll chase his own work. And reach out, not quite get there. Great effort to Tola. 32 points to 0. The Bulldogs are having a party in 2025.
Cameron, we heard the team song just then. The Bulldogs are having a party, and you got to celebrate with 65,000 of your fans out there today. Just how special was that occasion?
Yeah, very special. Today was a really important day for our club. Obviously, the amount of people that came out to watch us, to get 65,000 and break that record is something we'll always get to remember. Also, some pretty special stuff happening throughout the day. We had a big supporter contingent there when we left the hotel, and yeah, it's just moments like that you cherish when it's all over and at the end of the season. And yeah, it just shows how strong our club is, how many people have worked hard to get that sort of support, and the fans that have come out and to support the boys on the back of their hard work. Just really, proud to be a Bulldog today.
Some other records on the field as well. 6 wins in a row, first time since 1938, and back to keeping team scoreless back to back.
Yeah,
maybe ever, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Which is awesome. Just shows what can be achieved when you get a group of people that are willing to work hard and work together. And the guys are certainly doing that at the moment, led by our leaders. I just thought at the end of the game, to be down to 12 men and sort of have to defend your try line for 10 minutes when the game was over, I thought that shows what this team's all about. Just so proud of them.
Critter, you probably didn't know about that record about the back-to-back scoreless games, but the way the guys defended to hold out a couple of those tries, I think there were 2 that were held up or disallowed in those dying minutes. Like, how much did that mean to you to keep?
No, it means a lot. Just shows how hard that our team's been working, and we base our game off our defence and our scramble D as well. And like Coach said, probably credit to the boys. That last 8 minutes, we're down to 12, and we spent some time down on our try line defending there, and the way that the boys showed up there and just finished the game was real professional for the boys, and it's been a good learning curve today.
What about your starting middles, Josh and Max, with the platform? I think Max got a standing ovation. Like, what kind of form are they in?
I thought Josh, firstly, Josh has moved from front row to back row and all around, and he showed some real intent in his training over the bye period to go, he just needs to start in the front row for us this week, and I thought he was outstanding. And then Max, I think he's been one of our most consistent for a long time now, but he's just going from strength to strength. Like, I think his stats over 200 metres, 39 tackles, no missed tackles, 65 minutes in the middle, and his first try in 2,000 days. So it was a great day for him, and we just love him.
I think he ran for more metres than the entire South Sydney pack in his first stint. As a coach, how much of a luxury is it having a guy like that who doesn't seem to get told? Like, his second stint was equally enormous. Like, as a coach, knowing you don't have to swap him out 2 or 3 times a game, you can just rely on big numbers every week.
Yeah, I think, we could probably leave him out there for the 80 minutes if we had to, but, we want to get fresh guys on there at different times and sort of change the momentum of the game. But, Max is just so reliable. He has been for 3 years, and I think this year he's just taken it up a notch. And if he keeps going like that, he's going to be in those Origin conversations, or he definitely deserves to be.
Stephen, just back on the occasion, how pleasing was it? Like, you've got a lot of young guys who haven't played in front of crowds like this. How encouraging is it that they weren't daunted or overawed by what was in front of them, especially when you can have bigger games probably at this same venue later in the year?
Yeah, I feel like the way that we attacked our week and just staying present in each training session, and when it's Monday and the game's a long way away, not thinking about the game too much, and just banking our reps and trusting the process in that way. And like Ciro said, there was a lot of fans there that walked with us, and just soaking that in. It's like a one-time, and it's a privilege to be a part of this club and things like that. And when the game starts, just staying present and doing your role for the team can help in the greater picture of the game. So like you said, credit to the boys, and it was good today.
Cameron, how much more has this side got in it, and how do you keep a lid on things? Like, they're obviously playing with confidence, but young blokes can easily get too confident.
Yeah, it's funny keeping a lid on it. I think you hear that all the time once you win 1 or you win 2 in a row, and then, but I think it's important we celebrate moments like this with our families in there. And what I know about these guys is as soon as they turn up on Sunday for work, they'll forget about the game and they'll get back to trying to get better. So they've got a really good ability of being able to enjoy the moment and then get to work and get on with improving every day and getting better every day. And it's led by our leaders and their attitude towards that. So hopefully we can continue to do that.
And where's this team at, and how much further you got to go?
Oh, a long way. We're defending really well. We're doing the big parts of the game really well, but we can definitely execute better in attack when we get opportunities. I thought we played a real field position game tonight and won that battle, but I thought we just went away from the game plan a little bit, and if we can stick to the game plan a little bit more, I think we'll just have a little bit more cohesion.
How do you compare that atmosphere and the support? Like, you played State of Origin, you played World Cup finals for Samoa, but to have pretty much 65,000 Bulldogs fans from one club,
Yeah, very special. What's crazy about it's only round 7, and it's the start of the season, and just imagining how special it will be closer to finals and that. But yeah, the experience and all of that is good, but just taking it week by week, day by day at training, and just putting in performances and backing it up. It's good playing good 1 week, but we've got to back it up the next week and keep the ball rolling as well. And like Coach said, there's a lot of lessons that we can take out of there, and so many ways that we can get better as a footy team.
Jacob Preston, not only in good form today, but to start the season pretty much, can you see him being in that Origin conversation?
Yeah, 100%. I feel like the way we see the way that he preps at training, and the way that he plays out here is the way that he runs the ball at training too. Just hard to tackle and never leaves a stone unturned too. So if he keeps playing the way that he is, and he's got a real good head on him too, and just staying process driven, worrying about what he's doing here at the Dogs, and that stuff will take care of itself too. So hopefully he's in the mix.
Cam, Jack Todd, how hard was it to see him go down considering his long history with injuries?
Yeah, it's hard, but I know he'll bounce back bigger and better from it. What he's done is shown us in the 2.5 games he's played or something, he's an NRL player. And you know, we're with him on that journey. He's got a little setback now, but it's nothing he hasn't overcome before. So hopefully get some good news, but if not, he's only getting started in his career, and we're on the journey with him.
Wayne, how do you sum up that performance today?
Well, they were much better than we were, and not much more to say. It's pretty simple, pretty obvious.
What do you put it down to?
They turned up. We weren't at our best, but they were certainly very good.
We saw it last night, and Anthony Seibold spoke a bit about the short turnaround from Perth. Do you think that had any effect on today's performance?
No, I've got no complaints there. The NRL's a tough place, and we all get our short turnarounds and that type of stuff, but it's not an excuse.
Wayne, can you take anything out of today, or one of those ones you put in the bin, don't look at again?
Oh, no, we've got to take something out of it. We've got to take how we beat ourselves out of it. That's what we've got to take out of it. Don't give ourselves a chance on days like today.
Just a lot of errors, Wayne, and penalties in that first half. Is that your own doing, or did they bustle you into it, frustrate you into that?
Well, you know, you train, you play a lifetime of football, whatever, to handle that pressure. So I don't want to believe that they bustled us out of it. We just didn't execute. I think everyone on the team knew today that for us to have a chance, we had to execute pretty well, and we didn't execute. So
made some changes at half time. Was that? What was the motivation behind that? Was to try and stir a result, or?
Yeah, well, it was 20 points in the game at that point in time, and we were the limited opportunities we hadn't grabbed anything with them, so I was just trying to make it located on his more favourite side and try and generate something from that, rather than sitting there just watching the scoreboard going up.
How did you think that side reacted to that?
Not great.
Is that the end of Latrella in the halves, Wayne?
No, I wouldn't say that. You know, we've got to make another team next week. We've probably got a couple of injuries out of this game, so at the moment I'm not in a position where I can have the luxury of picking players and putting them in the positions that they may want to play in. Right now I'm just trying to get the best team on the field. And
Cody, yourself, what's it? I know you've been coming in up the last couple of weeks, but you feel you could have played on?
Yeah, I felt I could have played on for sure, but you know, the coach had other ideas. But yeah, it's all good.
What was the plan with Will Stodd? How did you think you were going to use him? When did he get?
I didn't know how I was going to use him. I didn't know where the game was going. So, but you know, I took Cody off. I mean, he's never had a proper pre-season. He's had a couple of leg problems, and the longer the game goes, the more he's going to fatigue. So that's what's happened in the last couple of moments. Well, injuries he's had. So the game was not winnable at that stage, and made a decision to bring him off.
Okay, they're a red hot team, like they won 6 in a row, I think it is. Like, do you look at them now at the moment and go, we all look at Melbourne and Penrith as a benchmark, but do you now look at them as potentially one of those teams that you need to get to that level?
Yeah, I think so. They're a great footy side, but I still felt, you know, the way we played invited them into our half, and you know, as I said, they're a great footy side, and if you give away 6 penalties in the first half, make plenty of errors they're going to be on your try line, and regardless of how much sets defensively you do, you're going to crack at some point. And again, they've got some great players across the park, so we didn't help in that regard, but they are a top side for sure.
Well, there was an incident at the end of the game. Jai got upset with a fan, and some of the staff had to sort of calm him down.
He should have got upset on the footy field, but good.
What's that?
It'd be good if he got upset on the football field.
Do you have a view on that though? I mean, he's a passionate guy.
I don't know anything about it.
Cody, I think you were on the down at the time, did you?
No, I didn't hear it. I was next to him, but I didn't. There's 65,000 people here. I didn't.
Wayne, what are your thoughts on the crowd?
Yeah, it was wonderful. It's great to come in and see the stadium so packed and for a club game and that. And I assume they must have been Canterbury supporters because no one was leaving when the scoreboard was pretty high. So, but they were all staying. That's great. I'm just pleased that for the game really, and to show that what the Sydney teams mean to each other. There's a fair bit of competition in Sydney. Unless you live here, you don't appreciate it from the outside. And it's one thing I've learnt about being in Sydney is the rivalry between the clubs, the Sydney-based clubs.
Sorry, Wayne, I know there have been a couple of contentious hip drop tackles already this year. What were your thoughts on the UNA?
Yeah, I don't know what a hip drop tackle is anymore, so I'm not in a good place to answer that for you. Yeah.
Is that concerning?
I'm just concerned about head eyes too, because there's a couple of them today, and I didn't go to the bin. Ewan Aitken goes to the bin for a touch on the runner going through, and I agree with the penalty. I've got no problems about that. 10 minutes for that, and then I've got another player that's getting stitches in his head, got hit with a head-eye tackle, and he stays on the field. So.
Wayne, just on Dodd, limited minutes, but did you see enough from him whether to make a decision whether he can cut it at this level?
Who's that?
Lewis Dodd.
It was a bad scoreboard for him to go on it, so I can't judge him on anything there today. No.
Was there any hesitation, Wayne, putting him on given the scoreline at that point, or did you have no choice at that point? I can't remember.
No, I had a choice. Cody hadn't got injured by that stage, so I could have left him there and take the risk of him being injured. But no, I just made the decision, and he needed an opportunity. So, as I said, it wasn't the greatest game to put him on for, so I'm not going to judge him on that.
Thank you.